Let's go. You love to see it.
All right, I believe we get another ban for the non-vets, or I mean, like
Yep.
from the non-vets to the vets, and then I hope we can get scores.
Yep, hoping scores, and then also I think there's only 2 games left because I think we're doing just a 5-game finals block. I've already been able to cast a couple times today, especially since I was here for play-ins. But yeah, Zik and Logic. I know Logic, you just got here. If you guys
Oh, let's go.
want to cast, I mean, I'd be down to do either game too if either one of you wants to sit out or take a break. But yeah, if you guys want to cast next game for sure, then you should go for it.
Hello, I'm
Alright.
down with it. I'm also down with the trio.
Oh, Logic, hi, Logic.
Hello.
Actually,
down for
I
whatever.
want to try. Okay, I have a theory. I really think, with the current state of Supervive, TriCast would be a good thing. And here's how I think it would work: is like, cause like sometimes there's just fights constantly going on, and then like one person just keeps talking. What if when you switch between fights, the play-by-play switches, so you have 2 play-by-play and 1 color, and then like whenever there's like a new fight, the play-by-play switches. What do you guys think of that?
I think like
I low-key hate casting with 3 people, bro. I'm just gonna say it's so hard. It's so much harder than 2. Like you guys, I'm down to sit out if you want to cast Luna, or if it's just gonna be cleaner, bro. If it's 2, it's just like you.
We're gonna
3
work
can
on
work
this
if
one
you have
day.
experienced casters, but even then it's messy.
Yeah, especially with the current state, it's like there's the gaps between like color and play-by-play. Like it's, I would say right now, the game is in a state where basically it's a lot more hybrid friendly. Like having color and play-by-play right now isn't really working out because basically the play-by-play is going,
Yeah.
and then they need a break, but action is still happening. So instead of having a color, a lot of the time, like that's why I've been stepping in and doing more play-by-play as well.
I would agree
Yeah.
with that for sure.
I'm just down for whatever. But I'm like whatever. Just so. But no, I do agree. I think whenever trying to actually be like, oh, it's play-by-play and it's now color. Like I agree with you. The hybrid of people just kind of picking up and dropping down, it's felt really good.
Yeah. Yeah, doing color commentary has felt really weird so far, and since 1.0 has become so hectic.
That is just constant fights.
Yeah.
But so what does that mean for now? What's the pairing? Or do you want me to hop out and wait again?
You and Zik
Okay.
should cast. No, yeah, you and Zik
Okay.
should cast for sure.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now is getting scores for everyone.
In that case, it sounds like a great time for the 2 casters that were just on the mic to update everybody on everything that's happened, because it's not like any of us just got home from work.
What do you mean? I thought you knew everything. Like, hello?
Isn't the name Logic? Like what?
I know, it's not for me, it's for them. It's for the 100 viewers watching. I got you guys. I got you guys.
Logic is caught up. Okay, so for everyone that just tuned in, we are off the back of Game 3, heading into Game 4. Going to be a 5-game series. This is the culmination of 2 lobbies that played in. So these are the finals. We had a lobby of rookies. 12 teams play against each other. The top 6 advance to this lobby. We had a lobby of veteran teams playing against each other. Top 6 advance as well. So we actually have a very unique scenario where we have a lobby of veteran teams that drafted, and then we have a lobby of newer teams that are just kind of more on their entry into competitive Supervive. These teams have been kind of practicing this week, trying to get ready for this in preparation. And a little bit of an advantage to the rookie teams in this format is that after the last several games, the 6 rookie squads are voting on bans, 1 hunter ban per game. Those hunter bans are then only applied to the veteran squad, so the rookie squads can still pick up those hunters if they opt to. And it is going to be looking like confirmed a 5-game series rather than 6. And so we just played out the first 3. Actually, Logic, a couple of these rookie teams really scrapping. One of them specifically, B&B, making like a really kind of good showing for how, even some of the best players on the kind of like micro and mechanics can definitely get contested.
Nice. I heard you guys talking about that, just kind of like the hands seem like they're actually a lot more even than maybe people expected, but it's the tempo that's separating teams. So it makes a lot of sense. And it's also, it lets people know there's some hope. You can get the hands, you might have them now, but just, a little bit of education, a little bit of macro, a little bit of knowledge.
Absolutely. And that's what Kaya was alluding to earlier. And I really love that call out because it's like, the hand stuff, like, she's saying like that's a lot of hours, that's a lot of practice. You can learn it. But it's a lot of like sort of implementation. The sort of knowledge gap that you referenced is, if you can find the right people or, a situation like this where you actually have a VOD to reference of what the top teams are doing. And there's a lot of, kind of VODs out there at this point of spectator POV of the top teams playing. Like that knowledge gap can be filled, like that obviously also takes practice in play, but you can fill that a lot more like outside of the game from coaching, from watching, from kind of internalizing the pathing, the tempo, and like what these top teams are prioring as they, kind of make their moves, especially in the early game is what we were talking about, like how important the day 1 and 2 is to find yourself in day 3, positioned around camps, already on your level 9, your build's already online, you have your space to go the quick level 11. Like that's where we're getting to the point where the teams that are on the poverty run at that point, like have almost nothing to play for. They don't have their space. They can't find those camps. They maybe didn't get the day 2 camp, so they're still on the level 7, like that's where it starts to get pretty dicey.
No,
real quick, before we move on, I just want to say that the ban for this game is Brawl, and right now there's like a kind of like a 1-point difference between LLL and MJ, 78 and 77. Anyway, continue.
Okay, that's
okay. So we got
close.
on the stream, we have scores here. Very cool. So we got 78 and 77 at the top. Third place is Ran at 63, Triple S at 55, AWS right behind them at 49, OTP 44, CDF third 23, BNB 12, MDR 9, PRK 8, Kai 4, R12 3. So like even our rookie teams on the board with at least some kill points, some placement. You love to see no one at 0.
Yes, it feels good. It feels good. Donuts are bad, okay, not just for your health.
I love donuts, but I concur.
Speaking of donuts being bad for you, you know what is good for you? Gold, all right? You actually can eat it on your steak. It does nothing to you. And right now, it's apparently a protector. So,
I also, I don't have much, but I like having the gold when I have it.
So does MJ.
Fighting through those. Yeah, so does MJ. MJ's got plenty. 2 out of 3, no worries.
Yeah.
It's only the dictator that's on the green still.
Poor dictator, poor dictator. But yeah, just starting off immediately with kind of not fighting. I always find it interesting, these high-level lobbies, these tournaments, the professional players, if you will. There's an objective, but there's no one dying over it. They're like, we all dropped, we all won it, but look, you got there first, it's okay. I'm gonna just back off and you do your thing.
Yeah. Say like on the kind of like, speaking of experience and just like playing, how much that kind of comes into play in these matches. That's another thing that it's really hard to like really sort of internalize that line. Like where is the line where we commit and where is the line where we back off? And I feel like the more you just play the game and the more kind of experience you get in these situations, the more you kind of learn intuitively almost like where that line is at and when you should, look and when, the angle is not right and you should peel off. And I think for newer teams, like once you kind of understand that level, right? Now it's that combined with our intel and our vision on who's around us, how many teams, what are the odds we're going to get thirded here, like how fast we need to finish this, how fast we got to peel out. And, that's when you kind of get to the level of some of these top teams. OTB Petaval has the ground. You're going to barely find his way out of there with 1 health. Logic just speeding away.
I don't think you're getting out of... Oh, good call right there. And that reset your dash? Maybe? Magical moves right here. Okay. I love this.
A Petaval, beautiful. He almost caught the Void Shift back, which would have been even cooler, but he doesn't even need it. Finds his way out against 3. Nice.
That's amazing. Do we call that embarrassing or really just amazing play by the ship?
Amazing for Petaval. We're low flame, high positivity.
Speaking of that tsunami, it was great at first. Managed to pick one off, but not able to do much afterwards. And one thing that has changed is now with those lava areas, you can no longer get a perk early. So there is no thermal suit. That's kind of just changes the kind of the dynamic of how you play that area, knowing that you have to always avoid the lava. But beautiful Abyssal Breaker just coming in right there. But never mind, the tides have turned. John Supervive, it's only you to get out and eliminated so quickly.
What did we just witness? An insane punch coming in from Binez, and the follow-up from the rest of the crew just absolutely delete one of our vet squads in like 2 seconds. Kai popping off.
Don't put your hand in the lion's den, okay? It's not safe over there. They're in a cage for a reason. But right now, Aureg trying to get out of there. We're going to go down, going to donate that gold armor over to R12. Not eliminated, which is great if my eyes don't deceive me, because one other team has been eliminated. I'm not sure if you call who that was, Zikrik, by any chance?
I did not catch who got Elam, but we are down 2 at this point. And so a reverse kind of accounting here, we could probably figure it out. But meanwhile, BNB and R12 looking at each other, 2 of our rookie squads. But that was just such a beautiful wombo coming in from Kai there. Like we saw,
SSS.
They got knocked out.
Yeah, and they're
Gotcha.
they're 4th.
Oh, so it's AWS and SSS. So 2 of our vet squads getting elimed early. Actually, really big.
Yeah, 4th and our 5th.
Beautiful looks from our rookie teams here. Now PRK and Kai maybe going to get into it. As we saw a little bush play from PRK, they're going to call it off before Kai rolls up here. Now we are in the spot where everyone needs to be looking for their day 2 space to find these camps. Looks like MDR positioning around Ray. COF maybe going to look to contest here.
Uh-oh.
As Anointed finding
They knew. Oh, Dekron thought he was being slick. Unfortunately, just kind of not really panning out the way planned. Hidden there. Not sure if he moved or how they exactly knew, but they were all over that, and he just kind of had to run away with his tail between his legs.
And the portal through is going to live to the north, though. And here we go. MJ trying to kind of claim coils for their XP. It looks like they're going to have to split it with BNB here. Exactly what BNB needs to do. With that little level lead, they need to play for their space. They need to get at least half of these camps against MJ, as they're going to be racing over there. Meanwhile, COF and our MDR team is going to look to do the same on the race angle. MDR are going to call off the kind of plan, though, and make their way up to the north, try to find some mage bog camps, perhaps.
Yeah, and just one thing we didn't really mention is kind of vets have a much better understanding of, you know, what bushes maybe should be somewhere and just where their opponents are. So maybe something that might work in your ranked game, or maybe with some newer players, some of those hiding spots don't exactly pan out against the vets. You check bushes a lot more and they're just a lot more aware.
Absolutely. And it's just like, and not only that, they have like kind of the keener like map knowledge, right? Where they maybe know, you know, which bushes are more likely to hide out in, or like check, or like, you know, playing around high ground fire shops. Like they understand the nuance of the map a little better. So I completely agree with that. Taking a look at our kind of builds and scoreboard here as we're panning up, we do see MJ at the top with the full golds, looking pretty strong here on the kind of power items front.
The irony. They're called MJ and this is Chicago Classic and they're the one with the golds. But right now, whenever MDR does go down. So almost got the hook. Lod's great evasion right there, though. Gonna dodge that pull. The team would not have been eliminated from it, but you don't want to lose a third of your team's power just for getting hooked right there. But Mista, good luck. You're lonesome. There's no most wanted right now, I don't believe, on night 2. And, I mean, you're going to be hard-pressed to try to get a full res off. Maybe a fight breaks out and a little bit of a distraction, and maybe you can bring your team back. But other than that, you just got to kind of be patient, Phil, for the moment.
Yeah, and maybe if these teams fight, has a potential hard angle, but with that res getting increased, definitely a little sketchier than it was before. Binez, our bishop with a big punch earlier, looking to poke PRK off of their little island. Jetski is going to find second. Jetski opting over to the Kingpin this game off the Brawl. I think Brawl banned, so forced onto the Kingpin here. Second, making it out with barely any health, but Madly is going to find him with that last shift.
Yeah, not much you can do there. And the right out, the ludicrous. Get the hell out of my way. Love to see it from Bebo.
That hook was so close, but the Tong Tong is faster. Weaves his way out of there with the Tokyo Drift. And meanwhile, MDR going to get caught. Yeah, so Mista, who we saw down by heart, not going to be able to find that res. Going to get elimed here. Looking for that. Going to be out at 10th, so 9 squads left. As we see Meteor Souls out. MJ looking to contest OTP against this one. Nice Killfire rounds out for the Carbine. Phenom looking for the Tetra Slam over the top. Is going to go wide, and they're going to kind of peel out, but continuing to play for this beast.
Yeah, a little interesting right there. But speaking of interesting, right now we have Kai going up against BMB. No real hard engage. I didn't actually see who got that. I feel like
I think I saw Kai snipe it. I think MJ or Binez got it on the bishop. Yep.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So good stuff right there. Small objective, but you want to take whatever you can get right now. Speaking of whatever you can get, OTP at the moment, facing off against PRK, in the position to possibly go for an Elam right now. It's 3v2 at the moment. Now it is 3v1. Areg on the chase down, and we saw the tonk work a little bit earlier. Is it going to work again? Oh, you barely got in there, but you were snared first. I don't think you make it out of this alive. And Aluna, big plays right there. Come back, my friend.
Bebo doing his very best to make it out. Not going to be able to find it. Big ult coming through from Conan. Going to find the snipe over Abyss. MJ locking in another kill confirm. Continuing to kind of scale their advantage in this match. Level 11s with their gold armor. Kai, though, looking very strong themselves. Have the level 11. Have that exotic perk now. Looking to posture against Triple L here. Jetski posturing for the grab out of vision.
Yeah, I'm loving these builds right now, though. Lemur, you know, the Thunderbolt, the Sunweaver, so much damage. Madly doing something very similar. It's just a sword. Oh, and now you can one-shot as a Jewel. It's really going to be up to this oath to kind of keep Madly off of the team. Have to keep that shield up. Or, you know, it could just be Bishop just poking away at Madly. Madly, that gold armor is deteriorating so quickly, looking a little more like copper at the moment.
Dude, the Kai is gaming, man. This team is continuing to impress. These shields coming out from their oath, really on point to negate damage, and they're trading back damage so well. The Bishop with the Krista, like they're getting the damage they need, and when they find someone at half health, they get the nice entry with the shift forward from both. And the whole time, Like a Juice is kind of protecting them on the oath. They're playing it really well.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Down you go. Not going to try to go over there in a 1v2. Probably very wise, especially with a Void there. So much hard CC that can just instantly spike you. So they got one kill, gonna back off and retreat. And MJ, they're kind of lying in wait. I'm a little scared for the green team if you go south.
This is such a weird circle logic, because like when you come into this final, the fact that you have Vayne Grove here in the day turnover, there's no camps here, so everyone in Vayne Grove is not getting XP. Like you get these little scraps, but it's not any kind of real camps. Meanwhile, during them looking for the scraps, Ran is going to find a pick onto I'm an Elf. So BNB losing one. They're right on this res. I think they're going to be able to get this off to the left as MJ now looking at Ran. But this is rough. If you're here in Vayne Grove, you have such a limited amount of XP to play for. Yeah. And beyond that, it's literally just like bottom left, there's a couple camps. But besides that, like there's like no level 13 camps for these teams to play for because of how much of this end zone is Vayne Grove.
Well, I don't know your thoughts on this, Zick, but if there's no camps, you farm the enemy, okay? Phenom right there had the great idea, tried to do it. Lonzo kind of evades it, backs up. So Phenom not able to eat at the moment, but there's a most wanted. Are you going to be the hero? Are you going to bring your team back? You're so close to being overheated. Gonna go for that mantle. The slam misses. And somehow Squid's still alive right now. Fancy feet looking fantastic. Oh my gosh, might be able to do it. You're so close, but the slam coming in from Areg. That might just be enough, and it is.
Dude, I thought he had the angle there. Really good look. Not going to be able to finish it off in the end. Almost had Micah Munch. Meanwhile, MGA finds the third party. Cooldowns down for the side of Triple L here. This is their opportunity, but is it a little bit of an overpush as Kai going to find MJ now with cooldowns down, forcing two members off to the north. It's going to be LLL caught in the middle still. Kill fire rounds out from the carbine, putting big pressure out on Lemur. Gonna get crunched from Kai to the right. Abyssal Breaker out onto MJ, splitting the fight a little bit here for Like a Juice while they finish off Triple L. Now Kai just needs to hold this flank as they try to run down this last member, but it might be a little too overextended here, Magical.
Yeah, I think it might just be it. Fortunately for Kai, though, two members are alive right now. I don't know if you guys group up at the moment. You don't want to be that close. MJ is right on top of you. Phenom's going to continue this chase. And good luck, my friend, but I think that's all she wrote. You do get a reset right now on your dash, though, but not enough. Very close and dropping off oh so much. MJ right now, they are eating good.
Yeah, they are. And I think Kai, they played that whole game very well. They played even that last fight very well. I think where they went wrong is the Krista chasing that final kill. She needs to turn, be with Like a Juice and Binez right there, and refight the 3v3 against MJ after really nice Abyssal Breaker from Juice to kind of find that split onto them, give them the time they would have needed for Krista to come back. But again, that's very much, you know, an experience thing. Like they're going to look at that and they're going to know probably exactly where they went wrong. You know, just a great learning experience, but gotta shout out Kai. Beautiful game up to that point. Multiple kills, a squad wipe for sure off of that Wombo we saw on the AWS. So GG's.
Yeah, stellar job. I mean, can take nothing away from them. A little bit more time, and all right, we're gonna be talking about them in the final 3 every lobby. I can just see it now.
I like seeing R12 in here with 5 kills as well. I haven't really seen these guys kind of pop off yet, but they've been having a really good game here, making, you know, an angle for themselves to play this final circle and come away with a W. Meanwhile, Snake looks like has basically nowhere to go as MJ and Rand just looking at each other here.
Yeah, Snake might want to leave now. You jump into the fray. You don't have a most wanted. I'm not sure what the game plan is here. Hopefully you can live. Maybe you can take out Lod, but on this Soros, he's just going to poke away for free. I mean, good luck. Finally misses 1, but not... misses 2. Eventually does get it. I'm sorry, Lod, you made me a liar. I just knew you were going to hit the 3rd one. But if you're Snake right there, there's not really anywhere you can go. You're kind of trapped, and I think maybe instead of engaging, you should have just left. But speaking of left, LL right now looking up against MJ. LL trying to kite back to the left. One member immediately down. Madly and Leem are still alive. There's a chilling finale that can stall them, but MJ decides, you know what, we got 1 kill. That is enough. Not going to continue that chase.
MJ has some crazy damage coming through off of that Tetra engage too, like the way their comp is looking. Oh, Rand gonna get caught. Oh, Anointed almost finding a clutch angle to kind of catch Rand off guard there. Isn't gonna get a kill confirmed for it. Now gonna maybe be caught with cooldowns down. He finds his way back to his team. They get a little reset on the fire here. A little space to work for R12. We see Portal out for the Soros. Looking rough for Fate. He's gonna get taken out there over Abyss. The shift goes down. Madly in bush here, hanging by Portal, looking for an angle. Anointed, still gonna live. Kingpin's still alive as well. So Sierra has a little bit of room to work here, but he's gonna run right into MJ. Tetra Slam up with the Soul Stealer, returns the stun, but the other members of MJ show up. They're gonna guarantee that now, wanting to guarantee Lemur with this crown. Lemur wants to kill Anointed, but Anointed, oh,
so close.
Anointed, so close to finding that kill, bringing R12 back, but in the end, MJ gets it.
They do, and only 3 teams remain. If my eyes don't deceive me. Even though there's 3 teams, members are still dropping like flies at the moment. Phenom is on this Tetra. Beautiful stun, beautiful hit. You're still fighting a 1v3 now at this point because your teammate just dropped. Went through the portal. Was that intentional? Oh my god.
From Lods. What the heck? Beautiful use of the Soros portal there. Knows Phenom is hugging the wall. Forces him through off of the Wisp res. Brings the Wisp over.
You might get the res.
Portal.
It's very close. They're too far away. It's only 6 seconds. Oh no, Madly dropped off, and that might have been just enough. Okay. They have res sickness, but there's at least hope right now for LOL.
A little bit as a Fusillade comes in instantly from Rich on the side, gonna instantly take out Jetski as soon as the fight breaks out. So despite the res, they are right back onto the back foot here. At least he has Lemur left with him this time. Madly just trying to dodge these Sorrow shots. So oppressive if they are landing. Lods connecting one there, looking for a second. Armor completely broken. Madly has to go aggro, looks for the shift with no stacks, kind of just has no option. In the end, is gonna get taken out. Beautiful final circle from Rand there. They had that like epic contest against MJ in the 3v3 from there, just cleaning everyone else up, finding their way out of game 4 with the W Supervive. Let's go.
Let's go. Did Lemur just give up there, by the way? I just saw Lemur go into the storm while Madly was there. But man, well played.
Wait,
well
two interesting things. So one, I think that might put Ren at first place or like second place, very, very close. And second, we had in our top 6, we had 3 noob teams.
Let's go.
In the top 6.
Dude, they were gaming, man. A couple of them were having a really good showing that game.
Beautiful. A fan of it. So it's kind of fun to watch that as the games are progressing. It seems like some of the newer teams are getting a handle on kind of how to deal with some of these just more veteran teams, whether it's fighting early, whether it's not running right away, or even just the macro and decision making. But I love seeing just kind of your newer teams just rise to the occasion and let them know, just give us a little bit more time, and you know, we're going to be going toe to toe.
Absolutely love that as well.
I'm waiting to hear. Are we?
It was a joy to watch.
It was.
I was just messaging you, Kaya. If you were wanting, I was just asking if you were wanting to hop in for the last cast, or if you weren't, I'm good either way.
Honestly, I'm pretty tired. So if you
Okay,
guys, if you guys just
we
wanna
got
do the
you.
last one,
Let's go. We got you.
especially since you guys just got here, just like pop off.
Close it out. We got the energy to close it out. Let's go, baby.
I'm down for whatever. That's gonna be my line for everything. Do you want to do
Down
this?
for whatever.
Down for whatever.
Down for anything and everything.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, easy peasy, easy peasy. So a couple people not ready quite yet. Madly saying not are, which I wonder if that had anything to do with the ending by Lemur.
Yeah,
at the
Lemur
end of the
might
day.
have BC'd.
Yeah, it was still gonna be a 2v3, so you'd be hard pressed to win that. But you don't normally see Lemur just glide off into the storm out of the blue for no reason. We do get one more ban this game, correct?
Yeah, it was looking
Yep,
like
okay.
the rookies were kind of saying Saros.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Soros did quite a few things, and I wonder if.
Okay.
Okay.
So, do we? Sorry to cut you off, but we have the ban is Saros. We're on our last game, and I don't know if we have score yet. Let me check. Okay,
We got some not readies in the lobby, guys. So we're just waiting on the
Yeah.
teams here. We got some cat puke on the ground.
There's a lot of people doing things.
Well, at the moment, can we talk about maybe Soros then, who is apparently the latest ban? How do we feel about maybe some things that could be done to deal with the Soros and that kind of long range, heavy hitting poke?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been fun to kind of see, but like Saros has made a huge rise in prio in comp over the last couple of weeks, like in A specifically. Almost since like Loki, like Goroy in the MB training grounds, I think inspired some players, including myself, to like dip into some Saros again. And I think, with the changes that hit, he has very kind of like, if you are able to connect those shots, extremely oppressive range, the ability to really set your team up for success in a fight because you've already chipped away armor, you're exerting that pressure. And I think in a situation where there are other teams around kind of looking for the kills as well, the way he can sort of like pressure a team off of space from so far away, sheerly off of his damage, he pushes them off with like half health broken armor. Now when they're kind of scattering, the odds that they run into a third party team looking at them are like really high. So I feel like the teams with the Saroses, with their connecting shots, they're able to exert this level of zone control that's sort of beyond it's almost like offensive zone control beyond what like other hunters can kind of do right now. And I think the best Saroses and like teams that are rocking it well are really kind of working that angle. And it's been, to me, I think he's like a really cool character. It's been really cool to see him kind of rise in prio.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch him rise. I'm wondering what's really the answer, because he kind of on paper has everything you want in competitive. You have safety with the range, you have big damage, and they've been toning down the time to kill. So a character like Saros, who is almost like a strike, but has an option to kind of deal with walls, and it's AoE. I mean AoE. I don't even know what AoE would stand for. But you could see the appeal in competitive. Effect. That's what we say in Southeast DC. That's how we know. But yeah, you can see the appeal of the character. And I'm wondering, are we going to see at some point maybe more oaths to kind of counteract it? Or are we going to see just send it full, just I'm in your face characters? Like, I mean, shit's already kind of played, but yeah.
That's where Saros really starts to struggle. As soon as he is dove on top of, you have to connect your second part of your shift for the push and the reset to give you that last one to wiggle out. If you miss that, or if you shift forward and are for one reason or another not able to land your sort of like stun into the wall, he is a sitting duck, like 8-second base cooldown on shift, one shift charge, extremely vulnerable from like a dive perspective if he can't find his little counterplay, which is basically the shift 1 into the shift 2, the shift 2 stunning into the wall, giving him the reset for the shift 3. If you can't get that, you're just dead if you get dove on Saros. So that is the downside. So I think really the way you counter him is a lot of, it's tough, and it is going to be even tougher with bans in play, right? But a lot of it is finding those dive angles, like you say, on the Shiv, on the Brawl, on the Jhin, on even like things like the Bishop that can really force their way in and land some hard crowd control for the team to follow up on. Like that's where Saros really starts to struggle. And so we'll see kind of how much of that comes into play. But we actually aren't going to, because Saros is the ban, right?
Yes. That's what I said.
Okay. So everything we're talking about is pointless for this next game.
It's for later, you know. It's for
like,
it's for
okay,
the next
okay, you guys-
classic.
Ilario literally explained that he doesn't want to post scores so people don't know, like, people aren't targeting teams intentionally. Like, I think it's smart that Ilario is not posting scores before the final game.
Oh.
I mean, it's
I
up
don't
to
know what you
Ilario
need to
because
do.
he's scorekeeper.
You know,
But-
I will say this. What are your thoughts on? Well, first,
All right.
I don't want to forget. Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I say okay.
Oh,
I think it's
I have to give a quick shout out to Major Pleasure because AOA is an area of and I was like, I like that. That's clean. That's clean. But what are your thoughts on? Do you think that names should be off in tournaments? Just you don't know anyone's name.
That's a loaded question, bro.
Well,
I
I always
disagree
thought
on
no. I always thought
No,
no at
I-
first, but now I'm like leaning towards I could see the appeal of having it off completely. Like on for the spectators, but not on for the players. I could see the appeal.
Go ahead. I want to hear Kaya's thoughts on this. Were you about to say something on that, Kaya?
So it's kind of like I'm 50-50 on it. I think that it would be, it could be like advantageous in some tourney situations, especially like if like it's this situation, right, where we have vets versus non-vets. I feel like having name off is good because I know the vet teams are specifically targeting non-vet teams so they can get early advantages.
Fair.
However, I think if it's like a fully stacked lobby of full vet teams and they're like all on somewhat of an even playing field, I think then it's like it's better to have names on because then you can there's like more mental warfare at that level of the game, you know, like Lods and Krillo and Lemur all play specific ways, so it's good to identify them as players.
Would that it would allow scores to be posted every time because you wouldn't be able to gang up on a team knowing the score. Of course, player comp might give it away, but I'm just curious your thoughts.
Yeah, it could be good, especially for like tourney scenarios, because like I think, I mean, some people say that should be like part of the strategy of a tournament is being able to see the scores and then knowing like which teams you should try to like ape, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think it kind of detracts from the competitive integrity. If people are
That's
like
fair.
changing the way they're playing specifically because they're like trying to prevent somebody from getting like a kill point or something.
Yeah, and it is like it's an interesting conversation because you really could make an argument for both sides of like, okay, yeah, that's supposed to be part of the strategy, or no, that's not supposed to be part of the strategy, and where does the because as soon as you get to that level, you step up above from the strategy of a single game, and you're now entering tournament strategy, which you know. Is that good or not good? TBD, and you could have a whole argument about that. But you really kind of come up one layer above even the match, and now you're playing, you know, over a 6-game strategy, and that's part of what makes tournaments cool. But I could definitely see the argument, you know, against it for a bunch of reasons as well. So it's a tricky one.
Yeah, I want whatever's best for viewership. That's my thought, which I haven't. Speaking of viewership, this is pretty good for it. MJ AWS dropping immediately, and whoever gets this last hit is going to hit level 2. That's a huge advantage, and MJ gets it pretty easily. AWS going to try to run now and manage to do it, but that tempo. I mean, you're so slowed up at this moment, but another team arises. SSS level 4? How did that happen, Tsunami? It's just chilling us with the carbine. I don't even know how that occurred, but huge level advantage for them, but MJ not giving up without a fight.
Yeah, so OTP looking to kind of play opportunity here, down a member. They worked their way up with 2. They really wanted to pinch MJ in the middle of them and SS. MJ have a really nice move out to left now, trying to contest SSS for this hatchling. OTP still lurking. MJ, oh, really nice snipe from Triple S. They're going to find that kill confirm. Legend gets the knock onto Phenom now. So MJ on the back foot. They take the Skystar out. Petafall still looking around to contest in the 1v3, level 2 versus 3 level 6s. That is a bold move.
Might have been a stall for the teammate, but I just have to shout out Aiden. That was so perfectly played. We got a little action happening right here. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen. Going to retreat. But during that fight, Aiden actually positioned themselves to block the other team from hitting the ball so that they could secure essentially a soul is what we're calling it, but to secure that perk for the team. And I thought that was genius and really well played. And there was really not much a level 2 team could do against an Oath that's just kind of blocking all your attacks.
Yeah, and
Love
Aiden
it.
just the GOAT, not only at the Hunter, but just at that kind of like, super kind of like moment-to-moment strategy and having the kind of experience and knowledge to make those kind of plays. Certainly one of the best players at kind of, on-the-fly creativity in the sandbox, similar to Lemur and Tom Kick, these guys that you think of that really kind of have the experience to now back up this knowledge they've gained, and the way that ends up playing out in the sandbox sometimes you're like, what just happened, bro?
Yeah.
And it's like, but even the little things, like the little positioning things, like they are constantly, every move almost is extremely intentional. And even something like that, like body blocking, is something that an average player wouldn't even really think about,
Until it's too late. They're like, I thought it was a coin flip, but actually it was a stack deck. I should have left. But
here we go. Kai, one of our squads from last game, bro, that was really pumping. Actually, right around this vault is where they found their Wombo, and it was on to AWS. So AWS is already here, bro.
Oh, man.
They need their buy. They're probably look after this. Kai needs to catch them on shop here.
They didn't really try to force the engage. So AWS going to casually leave. Never mind. They were back to fight. And I mean, that's a very high thing to do on that carbine at the moment. There's a ground going in, but nothing too crazy happens from it. AWS still positioned, still grouped together, but no meaningful damage that's sticking on anyone. So a fight that AWS wanted, I just really don't see how they're going to position. But speaking of this, your fight's taking too long. Another team is coming up from the left, but good awareness. They recognize it. They're leaving. They're saying, we do not want to get pincered, and I love that situational awareness.
There's a situation where like names really coming into play. I feel like that if that was another rookie squad, or like if they hadn't seen the names initially, they just run at them. But they literally like this. That was the squad that womboed and wiped them right there last game. And we see they call it off. They look for a shot by first. They look for a re-engage, but then it's too late because another team's creeping in from the left. So eventually gonna have to call it off. Kai scaling the aura mid-tournament here. Let's go.
Oh, they were shook. But speaking of shook, right now we have a straight up brawl happening right now. Even though one member is down on the team, not making too much of a difference. Both going to sacrifice themselves. A&BY shield broken, a couple other things are, but your team is not. As the Legend's going to get out, I'm imagining that's back into a base unless that's anywhere but here, but should be able, at least for night number 1, to bring their team back pretty easily.
Dylan's caught a vision of someone in the bush, had that spidey sense tingling, catches a glimpse of green. So Kai, which what might have been a guaranteed delete there on the Dictator, is going to be kind of called out, just trading arrows, just looking to hold a little bit of space here. But I don't know. We'll see. Walls up from the side of Kai.
Oh, the flank's coming. Flank from the top side of Conan. And did it work? Possibly. But they kind of broke back up into their 3v3 engage. No longer the pincer happening. And as Conan's getting poked down, imagine maybe you just retreat at this point, because what you don't want to happen is one member to go down and you give an ultimate to someone like a Bishop who's just going to fly in there. Someone like an Oath who's going to be able to just kind of use an Oath, an Abyssal Breaker on your entire team and just essentially eliminate you.
Yeah, Kai continues to impress, playing around their Oath very well, just poking damage, waiting for MJ to make a mistake. MJ decides to call it off. That's multiple veteran teams that have looked at Kai and turned the other way from Kai playing very well over the course of these last few games. So you love to see, some of the respect being earned out here. And Road Pizza trying to earn some respect for MDR, get this res, get this right back in them, or right back in the game for them.
Managed to do it. No harm, no foul. I didn't get a chance to see the amount of teams. Okay, and everyone's still alive. The final game, no one's taking too many risks right now. Of course, I'm sure Caster Curse just kicked off and someone's about to explode.
Yep,
but
it's GG. Yep, good job.
No, whoops, okay.
Just the wombo there, all three just died in a single second because of you. How do you feel?
I feel like it was a caster blessing for whoever eliminated him. You're welcome. But look, Nostradamus, what can I say? But right now, Everyone's kind of migrating.
B&B. That was one of our
my
our
gosh.
rookie squads that has been impressing. And right after it, Kai is looking like they might be found as well. Phenom finds the Tetris Slam over the top. AWS looking to spoil the party here. Nice punch from Binez, wants to force height off. Carbine can trade so much damage with that shift forward. Really love the moves from Binez here. Wants to just full bail. Oh, but gonna run into SS. Such a rough ending for Kai if they get caught here. Beautiful punch into the gate though. Tsunami finds it on the south. Binez taking out Kai out at 11th.
10 teams remaining. 2 souls that are pretty close to each other. Whoever gets that's going to have a huge advantage. OTP, your teammate's there. We're out. We're leaving. They are looking, though, contemplating if they should try to take this fight. They have the numbers at the moment, but I'm not sure if you want to take this risk, but they don't want to leave Mika Munch behind. Mika is alive at the moment, one of the most evasive Alunas you will ever meet in your entire life. Even though, is he on Celeste right now? Wait.
No, he's on.
Oh, okay, someone. Okay,
He's got the bags. The bags look weird on that med skin, on the referral skin. She kind of wiggles her like extra bags around and makes her look weird sometimes.
I was so confused. I was like, Mika doesn't play anyone else. What is going on? That is like, he created a Luna essentially.
Micah Much might have created the Luna meta. It's a fair assessment, at least in North America. Absolutely popping off on this Hunter over the course of the last like month. Really kind of making a big splash in the Mad Magical's Mercury tournament. Really impressing a lot of people with the schmoves in that and how much value he was able to extract from the bunny, and a lot of people kind of following that into solo queue afterward. And also Micah Munch, by the way, making a huge kind of RP push on the bunny in ranked and solo queue, right? Which is also kind of inspiring in the same direction.
Very talented player, and it reminds me of the league days of you can only get so far as a support, and Micah Munch was like, hold my beer. So stellar job there, but right now SSS, they're trying to take out second hand. Are they gonna be able to do it? They are relatively easy right there. 3v1, that team's in midair. I would have been surprised if somehow second hand was able to pull that off, but another team does drop. I can't see the name at the top, but only 9 left at the moment.
Lod's finding another one now. It's PRK trying to find their way out on the Tonk Tonk. Renat not going to be able to do that. MJ trying to follow up on the violence here. Rounds out from the Carbine. Conan continuing to cleave on this Hunter. Phenom having some really good Tetra moves as well. Lots of successful slams coming up over the top onto people. AWS now down to 2. Just kind of make their way out. Fight up to the top right here, though. Ran and MDR looking at each other. Mista is down. Looks like Dekron down as well. Gonna be just Road Pizza on the Bishop.
Trying to get out. Good luck. Now, one good thing about Bishop, an auto attack will actually immediately overheat someone and spike them if they're gliding. So that's one thing Bishop has going for them, but you can't do that when the team actually gets on the land. But you were kind of saved by SSS. Gave you a little bit of space, but there's just another team right there. Amazon is everywhere, baby. But you're gonna glide away, maybe recover a bit, but I don't know what you do at this moment. Just like I don't know what you do if you're madly trying to escape, trying to live. Everyone's shooting at you, and somehow you manage to escape to the right. You're still alive at the moment. No one on your team is eliminated quite yet. You heal up, and you might take the fight to SSS at this point.
They do have the golds, but they're chipped. Meanwhile, fight on the other side. MJ continuing to look here. Non-stop action panning over to this red squad as they are going to force OTP out of the little zone they are in. They find a kill during it. Meanwhile, we have box res happening top left. We have box res happening top right. So several squads looking to keep their homies still in it. PRKs was successful. They are going to get Arnat back on the Bebo. MJ, I think, here's what's up. They're going to find this Fox in the bush. Nice double shift Alba right into the arms of the myth here. Dylan pumping. Nice pull out over Abyss, trying to find a spike, but gets answered back. Down again, so now trades his life for the Bebo, essentially.
Yeah, Phenom on that Tetra is incredible. Just connecting with everything, whether it's a slam, whether it's just shredding your armor with those rocks. Just beautifully well played by such a talented player. But right now, Phenom maybe biting off more than they can chew. Gonna escape at the moment, but your teammate is fighting a different 1v3 against OTP, and there's a bungee cord. I don't know if you can get away. Apparently you do, but OTP did not want to do the chase. They said, right now, let's just bring our team back. I believe they had a most wanted that I did not catch. Dekron trying to escape to the south. Gonna use that, I believe it was Carbine, not mistaken. Glimmer grouping up with Madly. Everyone alive at the moment, but so close. You know, something dangerous, something crazy is about to break really soon.
Yep, and off of that three-way fight to the left, it's just going to be Misfit left for AWS. Level 8 on the Shiv, has a bush angle, but for how long? MJ creeping into the left, SSS to the right here, grabbing this available fire, dodges the bush angle. Conan, no, he didn't. What? The downtown Talk from PRK catches Misfit. Oh my God, bro, that is so unlucky in the Shiv shoes. Beautiful for PRK. Puts them in the pressure to get spotlight, but right after that, Arna gets caught on the other side, but they do outrank AWS, so they find a little bit of placement. Bevo, a true agent of the chaos.
I have really no words, Zach. No words for what just happened. Oh man, that wasn't the most Murphy Law thing I've seen in Supervive. I don't know what is.
Dude, actually.
Oh my gosh. Phenom gonna have to do.
Dude, it's gonna be just Phenom left here for MJ.
Yeah, gonna have to do something phenomenal at this point to try to bring the team back. But if you're going to do it, Tetra's a great hunter to do it with. Grab that crown, maybe get a slam, maybe get, a spike on someone not expecting it. Of course, they're at full HP, probably not going to go down. But if they were poked by anybody, Phenom will be able to kind of take advantage of that and bring the team back. Everyone hanging out at the moment. Trying to position for the storm is going to move. And oh no, Micah Mudge, I don't know if that's your team. Never mind, that's exactly where you want to go. That's why I'm talking about the game and not playing it.
Dude, Road Pizza has been alive forever, actually, for MDR here. Still last member left, just trying to exist out here amongst all these kind of sharks looking to feast, and is going to find a little bit of space as Rand moves up, playing towards this next shift. Road Pizza on the back end. Got to be careful for this OTP squad continuing to lurk on Bush. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, these two squads continue to deck it out. MJ finds the res back at full force here, trying to really play around these 15 camps. They need these levels. We see multiple levels coming through. Level 10 up to 12 and 13 off of that level 15 camp. Huge pickup for MJ.
Finding a little sliver of a spot to walk through. I don't know why, but that reminds me of Moses. All right, they parted the seas. But speaking of parting the seas, that storm is coming in big. Fuselage is maybe going to help you out, trying to get that kill. Road Pizza's still alive, though, for the moment, avoiding that overheat. And then an oath drops on the bottom, and a team eliminated. A three-way brawl, only a four-way brawl because there's still three teams. Madly getting another snipe. Gonna ult. Stay safe at the moment. Gonna retreat to his teammate Lemur. Nobody wanted to contest that right now. OTP at the bottom fighting for their life as Ran is on the right side of them. Lemur and squad on the left. Hopefully they make it out alive. But man,
SSS limbs MJ. That fight that was happening to the north, SSS comes out on top. So MJ, who's been hunting all lobby, is gone. Gonna actually be a big mix-up here for kind of who is gonna come away with this game after that. Road Pizza, level 8, last member left for so long. Gonna have no answers finally as Triple S find the kill confirm. On to him very quickly, Logic, down to our final 4.
I felt bad for Road Pizza. That was when you made it inside the club you were never supposed to make it into. It's like level 8. Everyone's 12. I don't get it.
Eventually, the bouncer walks up and puts his hand on your shoulder. You're like, GG.
All right, man. You got it. You got it. I'm out. I'm out. All right,
only
everyone.
So much you can do there. He did live forever. That's big rank up for MDR placement-wise, right? Like from wherever they that happened at to 5th. Like 5th is not bad for points here. Kind of like for how long Road Pizza lived at the end. So MDR making a good run in the final game here. But in the end, it's going to be SSS, Ran, OTP, and Triple L left as our final 4 for Game 5.
Yeah, Michael Much trying to live. I like what they did here. They separated. Oh, you might go down, Shiv. But even if you go down, look, this is buying a little more time for your teammate. Does get sniped there, though. Great shot coming in. But eventually you do go down. But I see too many teams group up when the most wanted's there. And it's like, all right, one of you gets caught, and now they're already next to your teammate. Split up. I love to see it. Michael Munch still alive at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. 25 seconds left. Oh, no. Everyone's starting to realize what's going on. 20 seconds.
Like,
Can you live?
Wait. It's the bunny with the crown.
Not
like
again.
Call it off, though. Micah Munch using the aura to just exist out here. Has 10 seconds. OTP going to be back.
Very surprised, but it indeed worked out for them. Oh no, the crystal ult was canceled! That's such a huge cooldown blown, but nobody trying to force the engage. So fortunate for them that was not scouted out.
See combustion for the Kingpin there, it looked like. Trying to work his way out. He does have rewind too, so Jetski does have an angle here to make an outplay. kind of getting pinched from OTP, and Ran finds a triple stun. Doesn't even want to follow it up the slug wave because knows hella other members around. Forced to take the rewind there. Still alive, though, as Triple L engage onto the south of Ran. Ran just getting crunched in between 3 squads. Overkill rounds out from Tsunani. Finds 1, almost 2. Petafall barely missing the last sniper from Tsunani. Popping off on this carbine. But now, Lemur's in. Celeste, beautiful bump from the Aiden Bright Shield. Pushing that Celeste out. Jetski not able to connect the Abyssal grab there. Beautiful plays, actually, from Aiden to cancel that engage.
Yeah, without that well-timed shield right there, that was going to be rough. You try to stop the res, they're able to do it, but they could not stick on there. And now the team is back, and all of a sudden, you're going down. You lived? What
my God.
Type of wizardry is this?
Yo, Miri with like the feather up has just enough momentum to outlast the root there. Beautiful look on the Abyss angle from the Krista here, but now caught in the middle of everyone wanting to kill them. Full heat, no health. In the end, Ran is out at third as Miri goes down to the hands of Lemur.
It was a good try, a good attempt. You lived long enough to just have one more fight in you. Is anybody going to pick that up? They are, and that on Toonami is huge. Buffing the auto attacks, the primary damage of a carbine, someone that shoots that quickly. Man, oh man. That is Christmas for any carbine player.
Yeah, Carbine, another one of these hunters that's found a bit of a kind of, surge of interest over these last couple of weeks with the changes that have been coming through. And, one of these hunters that can't necessarily do what maybe some other range carries can do in a team fight, but maybe has the highest concentrated burst out of anyone in that role. So if you find yourself isolated with a carbine, or if he finds that four-shot combo with the shift into you, it just does so much damage. And then we've seen multiple times how powerful the overkill rounds can be for the final kill follow-up, basically mimicking the Saros with that kind of range and how quick it comes out. And so I think, both these hunters that have this kind of, range burst they can play off, a lot of viability in the current meta.
Absolutely. And then you couple that with the fact that, the glider changes. He has a move that kind of allows him to shoot without needing to glide. So he could take just a few more hits while you might not be able to.
Yeah, the jetpack and also being able to gain some verticality to get over places other people can't and stuff. Jetpack definitely having a lot of utility there. Love that call out. As we see in our final 3 here, all these teams positioning to find their space. OTP working their way up to the top. They have a little bit of ground to work with. Meanwhile, Triple L in the forge to the south here, getting a final buy-in, full repair, and SSS throw their fire out right in the dang middle.
I'm not sure if that...
He's hacking it. Aiden, big
what? No, but
big brain, but not for long, as the bunny
he
brain
gets the
is
pull
bigger.
too.
Air blast in, grabs the wisp back, cancels the auto res. OTP is gaming, baby. SSS really don't want to let it happen though. Beautiful bump back from the jewel on the Aiden wisp. Everyone is just trying to kill this Aiden wisp. In the end, beautiful rotate from OTP. They're gonna find SSS caught off guard as they're trying to peel to the right. Storm is closing in, caught in the choke, nowhere to go. Beautiful bump from Tsunami, puts Micah into the fence. It's not gonna be enough though. Legend looking trade back, trade gets Micah. Legend goes down. Soul Stealer is down. It's just gonna be all-red for OTP here. Triple L looking for the final kill off a beautiful crunch there over the train tracks. Celestial out. Areg looking for the grapple, but it gets canceled by the grab. Jetski finds it. It's Triple L. Game 5.
Stellar finish, stellar performance. They played that so well, and it all started when they all threw a bonfire, teleported to the bottom, and said, "This is the position we want." And little did we know that that position was going to be first place.
We had a nuke and a train at the last minute. That was crazy.
Dude, that was crazy. I was like, in my head, I was like, this is so big brain from Aiden. And then Micah just shows up and air blasts him in the butt.
Just let it go. You can get a new base camp. I promise.
I don't think they could, dude. There's no base camps left in that circle. I like it's a good play. It's just like that kind of, that there's such a crazy mental stack there that you just don't account for the air dash Aluna flying in off screen and instantly air blasting you at the very last second. Like, just really cool, like, Supervive to watch right there at the end.
Yeah, that was great. Wow. And also for a second, I was like, wait, can Oza block this? Because I saw Aiden still push the shield out. I was like, new tech? But no, it did not
Just
work.
some reflex trying to bright shield the nuke.
Yeah.
Yo, if Oath could bright shield the nuke, that would be where players would draw the line, I think.
I don't know. Wukong survives nukes. Why not?
I mean, that's fair.
But now we wait to see who actually took it home because we didn't get the scores before. And I don't remember how high up LOL was, but I just have to imagine they were at the upper echelon because of the players that they had on their team.
They did have a win before. I think game 3 they won as well, or game 2 maybe. But yeah, like we got to shout out that team specifically. They're very impressive names. We know all these players very well. Beamer, Madley, Jetski, right? Very all talented in their own right, but Kaya was calling out that watching them scrim earlier in the week, they were very kind of disjointed, disconnected, weren't quite meshing, and it's really cool to see, you know, they were working on it. Like they kept scrimming, they scrimmed the next few days. Kaya said they were watching VODs, like they're, you know, reviewing together, trying to figure out how to play around each other, and coming into our final day here, looking like it's going to pay off for them as they are coming away with at least 2 first places, going to very much put them in a position to come away with the full tournament win.
Are you guys ready for the scores?
Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's get it.
All right, here we go. So we have 1 sec. Okay, so we have Kai at 14. Let me make sure it's showing on stream.
If Kai, is that 12th?
That's 12th.
Dudes, okay, so just to show you guys, Kai was popping off. We saw some beautiful moments from Kai. Certainly not lacking on the micro, you know, and the points, you know, painting maybe a story more of like the macro and you know, especially in tournaments like this when you drop certain games, it can hurt your scoreline very well. But we saw multiple instances of Kai having really strong fights, especially those last 2 games. They find the wombo and then they're actually able to command their own kind of space that final game instead of these top teams just running at them because they kind of earned that respect in the previous couple of games. You gotta shout out Kai, despite the scoreline, having a monster performance against these players that have way more time and kind of experience in this setting. So GG's.
All right, next PRK at 15 points at 11th. MDR 10th place with 18 points. Followed up by R12 at 22. Then BMB with 25 points. Next is COF at 27 points. So that means all of our noob teams are bottom 6, unfortunately.
They're rookies, Luna. They're not noobs anymore. They've been through the fires of Supervive hell. They are here now.
Here's where it gets serious.
Hey, I just want to echo, like, thank you teams for showing up. This is a very interesting, like, tournament format, and to put yourselves in a position where you're playing against the best players in the game in North America right now and be unafraid to contest. Like, shout out to you guys. Shout out for being here. And I thought all you guys played exceptionally for the circumstances. So GG's.
For sure.
All right. AWS at 53 points in 6th place. Next up, OTP at 73. Now this is where it matters. Ran at 116 points, 3rd place. And finally, wait, did I miss someone? I think I skipped someone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I didn't. I'm just, what? 1, 2, 3. Anyway, all right. Then in 2nd place, we have MJ, 119 points, with LLL at 126, winning by just 5 points. I think I missed
Triple L, let's go.
You were missing
Find
one
the W.
team.
So it was really that last game that did it for
I'll
him.
figure it out. Oh, SSS. I missed SSS. SSS with 84 points in 4th place. Excuse me.
Wow.
There we go. Congratulations to Lemur's Little Lads! Woohoo!
That's what it stands for. I wish I would have known that earlier.
6
That's
points?
awesome.
Lemur's Little
Oh, that would have been every time someone got a kill.
Actually, it's not little, it's lil. I'm just saying. Lemur's Lil Lads.
Lemur's
Lemur's Little Lads.
Oh, they're
That's
rappers
better.
now? What's going on here?
Very important denotation, you know? Like,
Wow.
Kavian,
7
can you
points.
drag Taintless in here? I think I invited him to speak.
That's
I don't know how
crazy.
to get him in.
yeah, I'll drag him. Is he in a VC right now?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He has to tell me he has to join a channel, and then she can drag him.
And which team was the one that was actually at the LAN? That was at the Midland.
I don't think they were in the top. I don't think they're in the finals.
Okay.
You can ask Taintless when he joins.
Will do. Will VODs be posted after the stream? Let's find out. Will they?
That's up to Mad Magical.
Yeah, he will turn. He might have his VODs off, but he'll turn it on as soon as he can or knows that it's off. Like he'll publish this one. If it doesn't auto publish, we'll make sure he knows to get it up.
Is that true?
For you guys to watch back, because definitely some hype plays out
Oh,
here.
he's in. Hi, Taintless. Can you speak?
If you are speaking, we cannot hear you.
He might need a
Blink
production
twice.
tag.
Blink twice if you're speaking.
Yeah, he needs a production tag. Or production role.
He shouldn't, but I'll give it to him for now.
Oh, all the power.
Can you talk?
Let's start with, can you hear us? Type if you could hear us.
He's typing.
He's typing.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, he's just got mic
Mic
issues.
issues. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to do with the role, or else I would say he's like deafened in here.
Fun fact from Ilario, Lemur's Little Lads did not end below second place in the finals. That's kind of crazy, actually.
It is. I was like, is that true? That's incredible.
Yo, shout out
Now-
Ilario. Stats, counting. Appreciate you, bro.
Can we call it Lemur's Big Lads now? You know, like they've grown up, they've graduated. They're no longer little lads.
Big Bloods of Lemur. I don't know.
LBO.
Lemur's large lads. Lemur's bigly boys of Lemur. Well, okay. Is there anything you want us to say on your behalf?
Mid lane esports, guys. Chicago Classic.
Mid lane. Shout
Really
out to all the
appreciate-
mid lane people. I don't know how many of you are watching. I don't know how many of you are listening. I can't hear you, but I heard you're there. So shout outs to mid lane esports and all the people at the LAN. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for supporting Supervive.
We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
And thank you for, putting together like our first, even though not all teams showed up, our first teams playing on the LAN in Supervive. Pretty cool to see the support in person there. So thank you, mid lane, and thank you, Taintless J, for putting this whole thing together. And got a huge shout out to the players, guys. Thank you so much for showing up and putting on a show and competing against, all odds in some cases. But it was really fun Supervive to watch. So thank you.
All right.
It was a really sick
Sorry, go
stream.
ahead.
Thanks
Yes,
for...
it was very, very fun. Congratulations to Lemur's little lads. Anything you guys want to say before we head out?
Shout outs to the format,
weird somewhere.
because I think it was a very unique format to do. To have vets and some of your newer teams and a draft setup. Like, it was really cool to see that interaction, and then even adding a little bit of we're gonna do bans, but like try to level the field a little bit. The vets won't be banned. So I really like the thought process for kind of this type of format, which is very unique and not something I would have ever thought of.
Luna, Lemur wants to do an interview. Can we pull him in here? Real quick?
Oh, yeah, sure. Bring him in.
I'll drag him.
I got it. Lemur.
Guys, oh, I got dragged in randomly. Hello.
Alright.
So you want to get interviewed?
We were trying to catch you saying something.
Wow.
Lemur's large lads is what the updated is, because they've graduated now that you guys won.
I see. We were thinking it would change to WWW, not LLL.
I
What
see.
would it stand for?
We didn't think that far.
Worldwide
Not
Web.
WWE, truly.
We weren't sure we were gonna make it this far, you know.
Wow, it sound like Jay-Z. I didn't know if I was gonna make it here.
I got it. I got it. Weimer's Whittle Winners.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Anyway, congratulations, Lemur. How do you feel for winning the first LAN for NA?
The first LAN in quotation marks.
Technically.
Yeah, the first technically LAN. It feels really good because recently I've been playing pretty bad, and I have like not been winning in solo queue, not been winning in scrims, not been winning anything. And I mean, for the first 2 scrims that we played on Wednesday and Thursday, we did horrible, like absolutely horrible with our team with Madly and Jetski. But then Friday, we did some VOD review, we talked about it, talked off stream a little bit, and we just locked in on Friday and we won the scrim block. Then we came in today with that same mentality, and we ended up winning. And I cannot express like how fun it is to play with Madly and Jetski, because that's like the exact kind of attitude that I need in teammates, and that's why I play with TLD as well, is that they have the attitude where it's like you play for fun and you play for improvement, and you're always working together to do that.
Can you just like paint the story a little clearer for us? Like what? Like, okay, because we all know your names, we all know you're cracked players. Like, why wasn't it meshing at first? And like, what do you think changed to where you guys kind of like locked in and started to like understand each other?
I think it was mostly just we all wanted to make our own plays, because like we all
Yeah,
usually
I can
make
see
our own
that.
plays. So we'd have like Jetski on the right on Kingpin, like hooking someone. He's like, I got a hook, and then Madly and I are on the left, like attacking 2 different teams. And then it's just like everything is just split up everywhere. And the biggest thing that we like focused on is like staying as one unit, looking at one thing after
Nice.
another, rather than splitting up. And so it's just like
Love
we
that.
were not a one unit together at all when we first started playing.
Okay.
So like real quick, just to like so from that experience, like how important is it to have that team synergy? Like without that, there's no way you're first place here today. Yeah. Like if you guys didn't overcome that hurdle, whatever it was, on Thursday night and lock in Friday, like there's just no hope if you can't.
There's no hope.
Yeah.
No hope. We would have lost by a lot.
It's actually really reminiscent to a Olympic NBA team or a basketball team, because America always had like the best players and they just threw them in, and then they started losing. So eventually they were like, yo, we need to actually coach and play together. And then America kept winning the Olympics. It's the only sport we're always winning, but that's okay. But it sounded like you guys had a bunch of all-stars and then did that. So it's kind of cool to hear how it all came together. I had a question as far as like, just because obviously you've been playing this for a while now and there's a bunch of newer teams, what do you think the biggest difference is between our vets and kind of some of the newer teams, and maybe something they could work on that would help them kind of elevate a little bit more to be closer to the vets level?
Question.
That is a good question. I think that there's like a lot of things in Supervive that are pretty intangible that's like hard to see. I think the best thing, like if I was in like coming to the game brand new, what I would do is I would watch people's streams that play, like my stream, Pineapple, Dylan, like the teams that are consistently winning, doing well, I'm sure SBI, etc., and watch what they do and try to copy and emulate what they do. I think the biggest difference between the like non-vet and the vet teams is obviously experience, but with the experience it comes from knowing when you need to push a team, knowing when you need to go in, and not necessarily the mechanics. The mechanics, I think, the veteran teams are generally going to be better mechanically, but it's the way that they're dashing in and walking forward at someone that is like really gives you the edge.
Okay.
Yeah, love that.
Nice.
All right. I'm gonna end it there, and this is Mad Magical's channel, and it's not his tradition, but it's my tradition, and I'm running the stream, so I gotta choose what to do. Lemur, who do you want to raid as is Moonlit Battlegrounds tradition? The winner gets to choose who to raid. You can choose Madly too, even though
Is Jetski here? I want to raid Jetski or Madly.
Jetski, are you gonna be streaming?
If Jetski's gonna keep streaming, or if Madly's gonna keep streaming, that's who I want to raid.
Jetski is streaming right now. Jetski, are you gonna keep streaming?
Either one. They can rock paper scissors it.
That's fair.
Whoever's
I
first,
wanna-
we're gonna raid them.
But I do want to give a huge shout out to my team. They were amazing to play with, and thank you for putting on the event. And thank you, and GG's to MJ, Phenom's team, Dylan, and Phenom and John Supervive, I think was the third. I want to say, maybe I'm wrong.
That's wrong.
Conan. Sorry. It is wrong. But GG to them. They played really well, and it was really neck and neck.
Shout outs to Taintless, who's the one who set up all of this. He's the man behind the scenes who set this all up. And actually, he has like no, I mean, I don't think he has any esports experience. So he does event organizing, but not esports, like art exhibition. I think it was art exhibition.
Can I throw one more question in for Lemur
anyway.
before you end?
Yeah. Go ahead.
How do you feel about this format? Because to my knowledge, this is the first time that there was like a competitive draft event that had a mix of vets, non-vets, and then also something to help kind of equalize the playing field with the bands. So what was your experience and thoughts on it? And is there anything you would change to level the field more, or you thought it was done well?
I liked that there was like, regardless of, like theoretically the preliminary like stages that we played in with all the vet teams was like a bit higher skill lobby, but I didn't really feel like that in the finals because I don't know, it was a pretty good games. I think the bans being decided by the non-vet teams is cool, but I wonder if it could be something else, because I don't know, it just feels a little bit weird to me that, like, for instance, if the non-vet teams decided to ban like Jewel or Celeste instead of Saros, like we probably have a pretty different tournament, and it just makes it less competitive, but maybe more, community like, but it definitely just like makes it less competitive in that way. Interesting.
All right, you guys know what to do next time. Ban Jewel and Celeste. No. Well, so that was my question.
That being said, thank you guys for watching. Does my raid actually work? I don't know if I can have the command, actually. Did he make me a moderator, or did he take away... No, he made me a VIP instead of a moderator. He ruined... Is anyone here a moderator? Jang, raid Jetski. Here's his Twitch handle.
Jetski said.
Or Alario, someone raid him.
Wait, Madly has his face cam on. I don't know if I've ever actually seen Madly.
Yeah, it was a face reveal today. That's why they really won that power up.
That's crazy.
Isn't it /raid? I don't have it.
/raid space, whatever the name is after?
Yeah, it is /raid.
He looks exactly like I imagined.
Well, I just wanted to say it was a joy casting and talking with all of you. It was a wonderful time actually being here for the tourney, but I'm gonna hop out for the night because I'm pretty tired. But
GG's, Kaya.
Thanks so much for having me, and I hope all of you have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Guys, huge shout out to Kaya working behind the scenes to help organize this whole thing. Really went out of her way to kind of help Taintless J, not only today but yesterday, organizing the newer team lobby and like running the whole thing. Like, Kaya committed a lot of time and effort to this that she certainly didn't have to. So thank you, Kaya, for equal part in making this thing even happen. So we really appreciate you.
Oh, of course, I love the community. W Vibers.
W Vibers. W Supervive. Let's go.
Okay, so
bye, Kaya.
Bye, Kaya.
Okay, bye.
So ring doesn't work. I'm just gonna get Jetski. I'm just gonna try to shout him out, I guess. Okay, I
guys.
shouted out Jetski, so just go to his channel.
It's a manual raid.
See ya.
Pull up Supervive on table, scroll down, find
Thank you all.
Jetski.
Thank you all for talking with me.
To his channel in the chat.
Appreciate you, Lemur. GG's, bro.
Bye. Good night, everyone. Bye.
That's lit. Manual raid. Let's go. See ya.
Manual raid.
It's the new meta. Where were you the first time we did a manual raid?
Alright, GG's, guys. It was fun.
GG's.
Alright,
Fun per
I'm hungry.
usual.
I literally have not eaten anything today, so I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Go. I am going to... I don't even know if I should keep streaming. I'm like, do I stream? Do I just play? Are you playing, Zik?
I probably will be around later, but I got to dip for a bit here.
Alright. I'll see ya. Catch up with you next time.
All right, GG's, bro. Awesome cast as usual, bro.
Thanks you as well. I want to be there earlier. Get the warm up in and all that good stuff, and be standing up to be excited.
We should get some games in sometime soon, bro. That'd be fun to play together.
Oh, for sure. Let's whenever you're down.
I might be. Yeah, if I'm around later tonight, I'll hit you up.
All right, I'll probably be gone. I think I'll be at a
That's
club.
fine.
But
Oh, well, that sounds way better. Well, if it's earlier before you go, maybe we'll link up. If not, maybe some other time.
all right,
All right,
sounds
well,
good, bro.
enjoy that, bro. That sounds like fun.
Later. Peace.
All right, peace.
Let's get rid of this. Make sure this is all correct. Should I even stream this? What are we thinking? Should I just play? I think I just play. Doc.